Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, May 28th, 2019. This is Jennifer. I feel like it's been 2 weeks since I talked to you guys, and I know it's only been a week, but I had a super busy everything from Wednesday through yesterday. Wednesday I drove my kiddo back to Dallas so he could go work for the summer at his university. I drove back home on the same Wednesday. I was there half an hour. My husband and I have been doing a lot of DIY. He actually had a 3-day weekend because of Memorial Day, and so we've been doing a bunch of stuff that's on our to-do list for our house. Sunday was not only my dad's birthday, but it was also our 20th anniversary at this location, and you live in a house this long and it needs some updates. So we've been working on some of that. We installed a ceiling fan. I'm working on updating my quilting space in the garage. Our garage does not have any windows, so I'm working on making my lighting situation better. So hopefully by next week I'll be able to show you guys that. My mid-arm is still in Utah. They did get it on Thursday, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'll have it back by the end of this week or, early middle next week so that I can start quilting again. You've probably already noticed that over my shoulder there's a little bit more Star Trek going on. I did start my Next Generation row. I am working on my Star Trek along for Fandom & Stitch's Quilt Your Own Adventure. I've mentioned it 100 times before. I had to stop working on this quilt early on because I spent one day for like 8 hours paper piecing and then I couldn't lift my arm the next day. So I have found a formula that I think works. I can paper piece an hour on and then I need an hour off and then I can paper piece some more. So I'm just trying to spread it out. That's how I did this part here. I did half of it one day and half of it the next, but I did it in hour-long chunks, and then I just set a timer on my phone, and then when I got to that part I just walked away and did something else for a while. Seems to be working, so we'll just keep going and see how it goes. I did want to comment that a couple of the colors in here, the asteroids and then some of the fabric I used in the ships, some of that just came from Karen a couple of weeks ago, so thank you Karen for those awesome batiks, because I put some of those bad boys in my Next Generation row. I really don't have much more to show you guys. I've been doing like just a lot of odd things around the house that they're not super exciting to share, but I do hope that next week I will have a little bit more Next Generation. My goal is to have this row finished by next week. I only sewed on Saturday and Sunday this week, so this is just like 2 days. I still have like 2/3 of this row, as you can see. I already have fabric pulled for the next section right here, and then hopefully by next week this will be a row, and that's my goal, is every other week is to have a row done. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. The things come up and sometimes you have to stop doing what you're doing, so we'll just see how it goes. Speaking of Fandom & Stitch's Quilt Your Own Adventure, I do hope that you're playing along, and if you are thinking about it, it's never too late to jump in. I set it up in like a 12-week span. You can add or subtract weeks. You can do it during our 12 weeks. You can do it during your own 12 weeks. There's a little formula in there where you take the number of blocks you need to make and you divide it by 12. If you want to make it a 24-week project, just change that number. And then you can figure out how you want to do your own Quilt Your Own Adventure quilt along. I did want to share my t-shirt with you guys today. It says free hugs at the bottom. It's got a little Chewbacca. It's a licensed Star Wars shirt from T-Turtle that I got right after Peter Mayhew passed away. And part of the proceeds of their Chewbacca t-shirts were going, I don't know if they still are, but they were at the time going to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. And this is incidentally the shirt I wore when I picked my son up for his very brief visit home. If you haven't already, buy your medical themed patterns to help support the Action Jaxon Medical Fund. I will be donating all my proceeds from those patterns from April and May all the way through the end of this month. So the last day of the month is Friday, so I should have those out and donated to Jaxon's family. If not on Saturday, then definitely by next Tuesday, just because I need to sit down and figure out how much that those patterns have made to donate. And if you don't want the patterns, just donate to the medical fund. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope you have a crafty week. Don't forget to share your videos, and I will see you next week. Bye.